Guys, the Chicken is here, bringing you another Beach video. In today's video, guys, very excited because we are bringing you the tech tree guide for Season 7. So, let's go ahead without any further ado and get on into the good stuff. So, you see my base here. We'll get into this in a minute at 3 engines. We're going to cover 2 engines and 3 engines because, you know, you get to 3 engines within the first day or day and a half, depending on how much you're playing. But what we really want to do is break down this tech tree because there's a lot going on here in Season 7. It's not, you know, overall, I would say it's been good. It's been a lot better. They did improve a lot of the things that we were asking for. You know, but it's not forgiving. It's not forgiving. If you make the wrong choice, you're gonna pay the price. So. Let's just start off at these early tech nodes and just kind of go over it here. So obviously maxing landing crafts, very cheap, huge benefit, always worth doing. Upgrading the gunboat, you can upgrade it to max level right off the bat too if you want. That's not a bad decision. It's very cheap again and something you're gonna have to max out eventually anyways. And then from there, so basically what you want to work towards in this first part of the tech tree is you want to get to heavies as quickly as possible. That's where you're really going to notice that you're going from win-lose, especially if you're around rank like 10 to 16. That's where you're going to push up to the next level and really push forward is once you unlock and max out the heavies. Heavies and brick is the meta for the early part of Season 7. Some other nodes that are important. Troop damage is always good. Now, I kind of implied before the warriors were a big mistake. They're very cheap. They're not expensive. It's like it's like 400k or less to max them out completely. So if you did max out warriors, I would say that's okay if you started like rank 13 or lower, depending on how you finished in the last season. I started at rank 10. I had no other options, than to upgrade warriors. There was nothing else I could do. I had to upgrade them to compete, or I was going to be doing. I was going to be trying to get a few chests with level 1 warriors, which wouldn't make any sense. So warriors and riflemen, for the most, like if you had to pick between one of the two, definitely go with warriors. Warriors and shock bombs are still, you know, as you know, they're comparable to all heavies. Heavies are better. They're just stronger and easier to use. But yeah, so I would just pick one or the other. Don't max out both, because that's just a waste of your time. And it's just a waste of your tokens, too. So troop damage is worth doing. In terms of defenses, again, it doesn't really make a huge difference off the start. Again, it's so cheap that you might as well... you want to get your splash defenses up, your machine guns, your flamethrowers. Cannons aren't that important. Mortars aren't that important. What's very important on defense, what you want to get to first is mines. Mines are huge because... if you guys didn't notice, there's no barrage and there's no artillery until very later on in the tech tree. And the same with heavy choppers, which is, you know, thank God. So there's no barrage, there's no artillery. So when you unlock mines, you can force people to walk through them, which makes a pretty big difference. Even when people are using all heavies, which is mostly what people are using at rank like 14, 15 plus. So having the mines is huge. Upgrading them to max is huge. We'll get into the secondary tier. Shock mines are very, very important as well. Again, people are forced to walk through them, so it can really slow up a raid, especially when, you know, we're in the base race meta. Again, that's always what it's going to be at the start of the season. It's always going to be a base race. Sometimes it plays out for the whole season. Sometimes it doesn't. Right now, it's definitely a base race with heavies or warriors or whatever you're using. So unlocking shock mines is going to be very helpful. Getting to 3 engine rooms is also important because, as you can see, it really opens up the base. It's going to slow down your time, your opponent's time, and it's going to give you some value upgrades. So smokes, I would not upgrade, but definitely unlock. They make a big difference. You don't need them to last for a long time. Flares, definitely worth upgrading at least to level 4. You can max them out if you really want to. There's nothing wrong with that. It makes a difference, especially because I know I was struggling a little bit before because I would my flares were constantly, I had them like level 2 or level 1 or something before I upgraded them, and like I would mistap the flare by accident, and it's like, oh, like, you know, if you do that once, like there goes the whole attack. So we'll get into some battles in a second. So yeah, I think that pretty well covers what you want to do off the start. Do everything you can to get to heavies immediately. You know, stuff like this, building health, troop damage, always always a good investment. Always a good investment. It's never bad to upgrade and max those out. Troop health, obviously the same thing. The multi-node that we have over here, not hugely important. I went with mortars instead because I wanted to unlock them as a defense. Splash defense seems to be more helpful right now, but you know, as we progress a little bit, boom cannons are going to be huge because they're actually going to be able to take down the heavies, which is going to make a big difference. So right now what I'm doing is I'm doing everything I can to unlock and max out mines, and then I'm just going to work my way down into the secondary part of the tech tree over here, and we'll cover that in another video. So for the rest of this, we'll just go over, actually, let's quickly go over the defense layout. So at 3 engines, the biggest thing, man, honestly, is just to spread everything out. Spread it all out. Make it take a long time for the heavies and or the warriors to get through your base. Spread out the defenses too, because you know there's going to be times where if you cluster everything together, you run the risk of just getting trampled right away. So it's not worth doing that. That works for, like, I would say like rank 12 and under. That's not a bad strategy because the troops are so weak that you can kind of just roast them, especially if you have like higher level defenses for your engine room level. Or your tech level, then it kind of makes sense to do that. But for the most part, you want to do this. You want to spread everything out. You want to have the engine rooms on all opposite corners, and you want to have the defenses kind of sprinkled in between. And that's going to be the best way to do it. So, because again, it's just a base race. It comes down to time, right? So, this guy, we'll see on his base, he's got some mines, and you'll see I don't have a choice. I have to go through them, right? So that's just kind of how it is. That's how you want to use your mines as well, is just find the path that your opponent is taking and just kind of sprinkle them all down in between. Now you see having brick here does make a pretty big difference. It increases the speed and the damage, so it's definitely worth having. And again, the higher level flares make a pretty big difference as well. Alright, so this is it. This is what the meta turns into. Now you got to be careful. I made a mistake just now. You got to be careful in this last engine. Because even though, because the heavies, they don't fit. They're so fat, right? That they clog up the lane and they stand a little bit farther back than normal. So when your last smoke, throw it like, don't throw it any farther than that. Because you're just going to put smoke over top of your heavies, and obviously they're not going to shoot when they're under smoke. So that's something to look out for. I think we finished there, what, 320 or something like that? So you see right here, just the defense being so spread out. And this guy's using rifles and warriors, or he's just using all rifles, it looks like, I guess. He's not going to get through our base because he has to go through so many defenses, and he is using rifles and warriors. So he'll get 2 engines, but he's not going to get any more than that, obviously. And yeah, just because we forced him to go through so many defenses, like we just said. So yeah, that's kind of a quick kind of blast of all the info that you need to know starting out for the first few days or so of Warships. Anyways, it's always changing, so make sure to subscribe and stay tuned to the channel to stay up to date with everything, because the meta is constantly changing. But overall, I really like Season 7. I've seen a lot of comments that were down on it. But man, compared to last season, the season before, we don't have we don't have any bugs. We don't have any glitches. There's nothing that's like completely game breaking. Like, that's awesome. And it, you know, the meta is, you know, it's heavies and it's flaring engines and whatever, but it's always like that. It's always like that. So I feel like it's one of the better seasons to start off with, anyways. You know, but we'll see how it progresses. We'll do one more attack here. Again, wow, that's quite the name. Okay, so yeah. So again, we're gonna have to walk through all the mines that this guy's put down for us. No way around that, unfortunately. We just gotta be careful with our smokes, and as long as we get, yeah, you see the mines aren't a huge deal with heavies, but they, you know, any other troop, and if we have to walk through all of them, then it becomes an issue. Like this right here, I don't know if we're actually going to finish this base because we have so much splash damage to run through. Yeah, I mistimed that last smoke too. Okay, we'll go here, and then yeah, we're not gonna get this, guys. So you see, the splash damage, man, it makes a big difference. So, and also we walked through all of his mines to get there. So, oof, ended on a loss, but that's how it goes. That's how it goes right now. Ouch, 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 ouch. But But yeah, that's basically it. We went on a pretty good win streak before those two. I hadn't lost any in a long time, so yeah, guys, make sure to subscribe, stay tuned to the channel, because we are going to be we'll post the next couple changes in the tech tree as we go along. But if nothing else, do everything you can to unlock heavies right away. Get the third engine. That's going to be worth doing. Upgrade your splash defenses first. Then your single targets are going to come into play a little bit later as people switch to heavies. And yeah, mines, shock mines. Those are going to be your most important defenses to try to unlock and max out. So yeah, guys, make sure to leave a like if you found this interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one, guys. Checking out. Back.